most birds because they move more slowly. 1/1000th of a second or 1/1250th of a second is usually enough to freeze the action if they're just flying by. Medium-sized birds like songbirds and ducks need more shutter speed, around 1/2000th or 1/2500th of a second to freeze their motion when they're flying by. Small fast birds or fast flyers need even more shutter speed. Puffins, sea ducks, fidgety flycatchers, and kinglets need maybe 1/3200th of a second to freeze their action. And finally, hummingbirds may need as much as 1/4000th or 1/5000th of a second to freeze their action and make sure their photos are sharp. Remember that birds that are closer to you have a quicker apparent motion through the field of view, so they need a little bit more shutter speed. Birds that are farther away, you might be able to do with a little bit less. Tip number 2 is around having the right settings for your camera for the focus mode. Most cameras have 2 focus modes, a one-shot focus mode or a continuous focus mode. The one-shot focus mode is often confirmed by a confirmation beep, and it means that it is locked onto a certain focal plane. If you keep the button pressed down, it will keep shooting at that same focus point. If your bird is moving forward and backward, your autofocus is not moving back and forth with it. On the other hand, AI servo in Canon, or AFC for autofocus continuous in Nikon and Sony, focus will move back and forth with the bird, keeping it in focus at all times. You want to be using the AI servo or AFC mode to make sure you're in continuous focus and the focus point is moving back and forth with the bird as it moves around, keeping it in focus at all times.
Put them in
Tip
the
number 3
ground.
is around shooting in good light. There are 2 issues at play. Issue number 1 is in the absence of good directional light, it's hard to have sharp photos. Dark, dreary days leads to dark, dreary photos, unfortunately. Sharpness is often perceived by our eyes as the sharp lines between a well-lit and a shadowy area. These areas of micro contrast are what we really perceive as sharpness. It is around shooting in good light. There are 2 issues at play. Issue number 1 is in the absence of good directional light, it's hard to have sharp photos. Dark, dreary days leads to dark, dreary photos, unfortunately. Sharpness is often perceived by our eyes as the sharp lines between a well-lit and a shadowy area. These areas of micro contrast are what we really perceive as sharpness. And to get this, you need a good amount of light, and it's often assisted with having good directional light. When it's really dark and dreary and cloudy and the light's being bounced all over the place, you really don't get these little micro contrast areas on the birds and on the birds' feathers, which we perceive as sharpness. Here are a few cloudy day photos. While these are great photos, their defining characteristic is not sharpness. In the absence of good directional light, we don't get those little shadows and that contrast that we perceive as sharpness. Now here's a few photos shot in good light. And as you can tell, they look very sharp. You can see the fine edges of the feather detail, which really comes across as sharpness to our eyes. The second reason to shoot in good light is to keep your ISO down. Lower ISO photos look sharper, and as your ISO needs to go up, it really takes away from the sharpness of the photos by creating less contrast and less fine detail. And by the way, by shooting in good light, I don't mean the bright midday sun. That's actually one of the worst times to be shooting photography for birds because it washes away all the color and blows out your bright highlights. Tip number 3 is around using good technique. Now there's 2 things you're trying to accomplish here. The first thing you're trying to achieve is
on the
reduce
pie.
movement of the lens so that the bird stays in the same place in your field of view. The bird being still in the frame will help produce a sharper image. I like to keep the focus point focused on an unmoving part of the bird, like the bird's head.
I can't
Keep it
fucking put
very
my
still
arm
on that.
further onto this because I have a fucking vertical monitor.
Do this right, they won't even know what happened.
Yeah, setup diff.
Follow my lead, dear.
Yeah, did he used to have it?
For defiance is quite severe. 5, 4, 3.
But to be honest, though, how much of your farm do you have? Like the whole thing, or like just half?
Capture the objective.
Like half my forearm.
Oh, okay. That's different.
But the more you go up, the better, I think.
Eyes on the pie. Where the fuck did you come from? Is she retarded? Why would you come out to get hit by the crystal? Okay, now I'm out of the steps.
That point while I take a photo. The second reason you need good technique is to still the vibrations in the camera. Most people are still using DSLRs which have a mirror box that the mirror needs to go up and down every time you take a photo, and most other cameras still have a mechanical shutter that needs to open and close. These vibrations impact image sharpness by shaking the camera a little bit every time you take a photo. Using good technique helps you still this movement, helping you get sharper photos. The bad news is that the longer the focal length of your lens, the more that it magnifies this impact. So it's even more important on the longer lenses. So here's the tech.
Oh my god, those are some easy games. Want to stay as team? You want to do that, or is it retarded?
Could do.
Let's try it. What's the worst that could happen?
Technique. You need to grip the camera and the lens firmly with both hands. Remember, you're trying to minimize the vibrations of the
see. Don't say anything yet, but as soon as you get into the actual game, join voice chat. make him regret asking to play with us.
shutter, as well as keep the lens from moving around and trying to keep the bird centered in the field of view. You need to tuck in your elbows and tuck them in against your body to reduce the movement of the lens. The next tip is very important, and it's you need to grip the camera and the lens firmly with both hands. Remember, you're trying to minimize the vibrations of the shutter, as well as keep the lens from moving around and trying to keep the bird centered in the field of view. You need to tuck in your elbows and tuck them in against your body to reduce the movement of the lens. The next tip is very important, and it's putting your eyebrow against the eye cup and putting a fair bit of pressure on while you're taking photos. This reduces the vibration of the camera every time the shutter actuates. And finally, another technique tip is to not stab the shutter button. You need to put your finger on it very lightly and then gently press down to take a photo. Another good technique is to put your finger next to the shutter button and just roll it over every time you want to take a photo. Now, the lower the shutter speed and the longer the lens, the more important these techniques are. I use this technique to take this photo of a yellow-crowned night heron. I wanted to take a very tight portrait of his head at low ISO for maximum quality. So I lowered the shutter speed down to 1/50th of a second. I put the lens on my knees as I was sitting on the beach. I held onto the lens very, very firmly. I put my eyebrow very firmly against the eye cup, and I squeezed the trigger very, very gently and took a number of shots. Using the technique of putting my eyebrow against the back of the camera and holding onto the lens very, very tightly, I was able to reduce the shutter vibrations and get this very, very sharp photo. For flight shots, our panning technique becomes very critical. We use many of the same tips that we learned earlier. We tuck in our elbows, we put our eye against the back of the camera very firmly, but what's important for panning is with the tucked in elbows, we move our whole upper body to make the movement. We don't have our elbows flying out trying to track this way. We're really compromising our stability. We need to tuck in our elbows, put them in against our chest, put our face back against the camera very firmly, and swivel our whole upper body as we track the movement. It's also important to keep the bird at the same place within the field of view and try to track that motion very accurately. It's not good enough to put the bird anywhere in the field of view and try to track it as you move along. A good place to practice this is shooting cars. If you go by the side of the road where there are cars driving by, try shooting panning shots as the cars are moving by. Then continually try dropping your shutter speed to see how low you can get it and still get the car in focus. It helps to point the camera at a specific part of the car, like a mirror, as it goes by. If you can get your shutter speed down to 1/25th of a second and still get a sharp car, you're getting good technique. Tip number 5 is to take lots of photos. They're free, and especially in low light, taking lots of photos really improves your odds of having one that's really sharp. You only need one. They don't all need to be sharp. Yes, you need to go through more photos, but a tip for those of you using Lightroom, there's an auto advance feature whereby you press X to delete a photo and P to pick a photo, and it auto advances between those selections. So you hit X, 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 P to pick, X, 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 P to pick. Tip number 5 is finding the best aperture for your particular lens to increase sharpness. Lenses are sharper in the center than they are on the edges, so stopping down the lens and making the aperture smaller allows you to use the part of the lens that's the sharpest. Every lens is different, so you'll need to experiment. To take advantage of this, you'll need to the edges. So stopping down the lens and making the aperture smaller allows you to use the part of the lens that's the sharpest. Every lens is different, so you'll need to experiment. To take advantage of this, you'll need to increase the f number or decrease the aperture of your lens. If you have a 5.6 lens, it may
Do you play Souls-like games?
I haven't actually been meaning to. Why? What are you thinking?
They cracked Black Myth Wukong a month ago.
Oh shit. Nice. Playing McCree is like Cassidy, whatever his name is. It's like playing a Souls-like game. You've got a roll and a dodge. It's close enough. Why is this guy so talkative? Why is he asking for my rank when his profile is private?
This, you can see it if you add him as a friend. He sent me a request.
I sent. Did he send me one? Shit.
Choose your
Albanese.
Bro didn't question it.
select your hero.
They're the all four for a B.
Oh. Wait, what? What happened to my skin?
Oh no.
My skin disappeared.
I will not leave a broken world behind.
Hello.
We must all find a cause worth fighting for.
Guten Tag.
I forgot to take my Achilles again.
Ich bin ein Berliner.
Lily Barnhart's fashion says of Europe's premier ways, but she's getting on in years. It would be a shame if she
I can only
perished the thought.
shisha rip.
What does that mean?
What did he say? Shisha rip or something?
Yeah. What is that? What is that?
I don't know.
Oh fuck. It's too bad to see it.
An enemy turret here.
Stand up straight. I'll take you. Mustang.
Stay out number. Stop the vehicle.
Fuck.
Found their turret.
I need help.
Symmetra reporting. The payload moves at a distressing rate. Stop them.
I'll keep you up.
Oh, hell no.
Yeah, what they're gonna do, right?
Like, the all hit, the all hit.
Yeah, that's what they did last time.
Kill some of them.
Now progressing. We cannot allow this.
Enemy turret here.
Not even knowledge, Allah.
Don't be left in the dark. Attack.
What are they doing up there? I'm getting rakes. Why are we all getting raked so hard?
Get them away from the pistol.
That must sting.
Group up.
Oh man.
Enemy in sight.
This fucking pedophile's always alive, man.
I see you. You're powered up. Get in there.
Oh.
I'll keep you up.
Why are you looking at us? Where's lost?
I'm just recharging, bro, doing a little spin to charge up. Oh, this pedophile's back.
The enemy is progressing. Hold their payload. I'm on fire.
You are under my guard.
That deadline approaches. Stand in their way.
Stand up straight. You're powered up. Get in there.
Oh, it's so low.
Enemy turret. They're pushing the payload. Cut them off.
So why didn't you kill the guy ulting her?
I don't know who's the one ulting.
The flying one, that was when I married you. The M-rated
Who-
DPS
who's
that's
playing?
shooting the beams.
Oh, that one. Turkish guy. I don't know what was going on to us. My bad. Fuck, my mouse has died. No, come on. This is not it. Hello? Oh, fuck. I just accidentally pulled out my headset as well. This is bad. I don't know, I haven't had. You there?
Yeah.
Why didn't you say something? My headset.
There are ways to numb your pain. That feels wrong.
Ah, fuck.
Would I even be the same person? Of course not. You would be stronger. No one rest until this is done.
Now I'm gonna play a fucking wire. What tragedy.
Execute this.
No recovery. It just needed a push. What the norm? شكله مؤلم. I didn't think you're going to live.
The payload is in my possession. Enemy turret up ahead. I'm under attack.
I keep you on. Close your eyes. I've stepped one. Keep your distance. Stand up straight.
Crossing the barrier. The payload. No one will.
Keep fighting.
Light interferes.
I must be faster.
We really got a flank.
Get in there. Enough whining. You're powered up. Get in there. Best taking care of you.
Little girls have no place on the battlefield.
I am
They're out playing us with that fucking portal.
You'll have to try harder than that. I'll keep you up.
Can't leave the field. Not like that.
Rest up. Make better choices, child. You're powered up. Get in there. I go out on my terms.
Why's the payload stop?
Sorry for your wounds. I need to reload. Not the first, not the last.
Oh.
You're powered up. Get in there. I'll keep you up. That must sting.
You have to kill her, man. Why are you running back? She's 1 HP and you're running back full health.
Who's running back?
You!
I was just moving slowly. Oh, but I didn't realize she was that low health.
Can't leave the group. Leave the group.
Calm.
Just leave game. Come on.
It's the rush, bro.
'Cause the guy's gonna queue you in and you might insta queue.
Okay, fair.
May be sharper at 6.3, 7.1, or f8. Most lenses
Why is
will
my
benefit by
tank
being
highlighted
stopped.
red? Because it's wide.
I don't know what you mean.
The icon for killing his tank when you roll select. All red.
Are they not all
Unless
red?
it's normally like that. It's just whatever you select.
But are they not all red for you? What do you mean, just tank?
No, just tank. Because my support isn't calibrated yet. My DPS is like platinum. So.
It might be.
Up, down.
Somehow,
if you're unsure
some way.
where to start, adding one full stop to your aperture is a great place to start. If you have an f5.6 lens, try shooting it at f8. If you have a 6.3 lens, try shooting it at f9. Most lenses will benefit from this. There's also a few ways to test this. Under controlled conditions at home, if you want to take a dollar bill or the fine print on a cereal box, tape it up on a wall, take some test exposures on a tripod with the mirror locked up if possible to try to reduce all the variables, put some good light on there, and try taking a series of exposures using a 2-second timer to make sure the camera is very still, and try shooting it at f5.6, f6.3, 7.1, f8, f9, then look at the back of the camera or on the computer and see whether or not the images are getting sharper. Remember, the center of your image may not change a lot because often the sharpest part of the lens is in the center. Look up in the corners to see whether or not as you stop the lens down, it's actually getting sharper. Often you will find, especially in the corners, that by stopping the lens down, the lens gets proactively sharper. Now this is a trade-off. If you like a blurry background and you want to be using higher shutter speeds and lower ISOs, stopping the lens down indefinitely leads to some other challenges. So you need to try to find that sweet spot. Now the results will vary with different lenses and different camera combinations. For this particular lens, the 100-400 version 2 by Canon with my 70 Mark II crop sensor camera, I find that f7.1 is the sweet spot. I've achieved a bit of extra sharpness compared to shooting wide open, but I haven't penalized myself by reducing the ability to blur out the background or add ISO. When I put my full frame camera on this lens, I find that shooting at f6.3 is sufficient. So try out different experiments. If you're not sure where to start, try adding one full stop to the aperture, go out and take some photos. Tip number 7 is to stabilize your lens. You can use a monopod or a tripod to help support the lens and reduce the apparent movement of the bird in the camera. It also creates some extra points for you to put pressure to stabilize the lens to reduce things like shutter vibration. Using the right technique for monopods and tripods is also important. I see a lot of people putting their hand on the same plane as the post of their monopod to try to stabilize it. On this plane is actually the place where you have the least amount of leverage to stop the movement of the lens. You could put a very heavy weight on the same plane as the post of the monopod and you could still move the lens around with slight taps on the front. Move your hand up to the lens barrel at the end to create much more stability. Put your face down very firmly in back of the camera and squeeze the trigger. Stabilization is not always about monopods and tripods. I use my big 500mm lens handheld most of the time, but I use any advantage I can to help stabilize the lens. So I'm always looking out for a tree branch, a rock, my knees, the ground, any opportunity I have to stabilize the lens, I'll fully take advantage of it. Tip number 8 is a trick. It's about creating the illusion of sharpness by having the bird stand out more in the photo. You accomplish this by having a smoother, cleaner background that really makes your subject pop. Many people ask about the sharpness of my photos, not realizing that it's my style of photography that helps create the illusion of extra sharpness. There's a few different techniques you can use to create a blurrier, smoother background. One of them is to get closer to your subject. The closer you are to a subject, the more out of focus the background will be. Another way to create a blurrier background is to use longer focal lengths. If you have a zoom lens at 150 to 600, for example, at 600mm will create a softer background than shooting it at 400, for example. Another way to have a blurrier background is to have the background farther away. Creating more distance between your subject and the background renders the background more out of focus, blurrier, and cleaner. Some techniques to accomplish this is to look for birds in areas where the background is clean, rather than looking for birds in deep thickets where the background is going to be right behind it. There's also ways to look at the background after you spot a bird to see whether or not there are holes in the background trees that you can position the bird in front of that hole or that area where there's less activity, create a creamier, smoother
Where's this
background.
gorilla?
Waiting to take the shot until the background is clean is another option. For this photo, I had some trees directly behind the bird, but I waited for the bird to walk into a clearing area where the background was much more distant, and that's when I took the photo. Another technique is to get down low on the ground. This is great for sandpipers, ducks, and other birds that are on the ground. By doing so, you render the background and the foreground much more out of focus, making the subject stand out in the photo much more. In this photo, I laid right down on the beach, rendering the background almost to infinity, nice and
Where's the
smooth,
monkey?
and really highlighting the bird in the photo. Tip number 9
Shouldn't be
is around
losing a big
post-processing.
monkey.
It's always best to get the sharpness right in camera
jumped past
before you
me.
try to improve it in processing. You can't take a blurry image
got a
and
big
make
jump.
it sharp. but you can selectively apply sharpness and clarity to your subject. And that's really the trick. Don't apply it globally to the whole photo. Try to apply it selectively to your subject only. Another important thing in processing is to avoid cropping too deeply. When you crop too deeply, you show off the lack of sharpness of your bird, as well as you increase digital noise by magnifying it. In these cases, keep the frame wide. Use compositional techniques. Include the environment in the bird photo. Keep the bird small in the frame. This will improve the appearance of sharpness of your subject. Tip number 10 is around heat diffraction and heat shimmer. Have you ever come back from a photo shoot and thought you had some sharp photos, but when you look at them, they're all soft and mushy? The same mechanism that produces a mirage or makes the air shimmer above warm pavement can really impact the sharpness of your photos. Shooting over a field or a body of water that's been warmed by the sun all day may produce a shimmering effect that will really impact the sharpness of your photos. When I'm driving around in the wintertime in my vehicle looking for targets, I turn the heater off. Otherwise, you will have an envelope of warm air around your vehicle, which will really impact the sharpness of your photos if shot through the window of your car. While you can mitigate the impact of having a warm vehicle shooting into a cold environment, when you're having heat shimmer from a field or body of water that's been heated by the sun all day, there's not a lot you can do. You can shoot earlier in the day, or you can find another location. In cold climates, if you're driving around looking for targets and you see something on the passenger side, stopping your vehicle, getting out, placing your elbows on top of the hood to take the photo is about the worst thing you can do. I know, I've done it. That's actually where the moat has been heated by the sun all day. There's not a lot you can do. You can shoot earlier in the day, or you can find another location. In cold climates, if you're driving around looking for targets and you see something on the passenger side, stopping your vehicle, getting out, placing your elbows on top of the hood to take the photo is about the worst thing you can do. I know, I've done it. That's actually where the most amount of heat is coming out of your vehicle. Okay, those are my top 10 tips for sharper photos. I hope you can put these to use the very next time you go out. Apply these sharpness techniques, see if you can avoid some of the mistakes you've been making. Which ones of these did you use? Did I miss any? Let me and the viewers know in the comments below. Also, I'm working on more behind the scenes videos. To make sure you don't miss those, make sure to like and subscribe to see more content as I post it. Thanks very much.
Just let them take the point now. Oh,
he's reaching me.
I'll run here.
Overconfidence is a fool's issue.
We have to stop the payload.
Man, this guy needs to do what the fuck he wants.
One who fears loss, score, lost.
Are you about to be trash talked?
I hope so.
I don't know why they come for you. I'm obviously playing a lot worse. Oh my god.
Amid discord, you will find tranquility.
Work hard for me, dears. I'll be rewarding my favorites.
Watch your flanks. They might try something.
for defiance is severe.
Boosted. Bro has no idea. Great, now I've got Junkrat. Junkrat. Things. Ah, this fucking payload movie. Now I die. Now I die.
Adversity is an opportunity for change.
Oh my god. That's so much flat damage. Who even counters Winston?
Anyone.
Bro, that is the gayest excuse I've ever heard.
Gayest question
Also,
saying
you're thinking
who
English.
counters Winston in gold.
Fuck off, you cunt! Oh, then I guess.
Repetition is the path to mastery.
Payload's heading out.
Let the kitsune guide you.
Just shoot him, he's on.
Defeat cannot break one who
No one's here? No one's here? No way we didn't get the thingy. That's so close. That's cheating. Great, I like placing retard character. Man, this character is so weird. I'm not interested.
Could have been cleaner. One after
That feels broken.
that's close enough.
That's sad. The one time you were gonna kill me, the game saved me.
Yeah, please. Oh, I'm making him full Indian out of half Indian. Okay, yeah, because I took him. I swear, don't worry.
Good, but I still think it's just a pass. Duro red. Pass. Vino Nobile di Montepulciano from Toscana. Pass. Nearly there's Montepulciano d'Abruzzo, so Montepulciano is the grape, whereas in that one, Montepulciano is the area. Who the fuck would play this wine game? Pass. Cabernet Sauvignon from Chile. Fuck, that's delicious. Class. Barbera d'Asti. Babs, show me your magic. That is joy in a glass.
Why you muted?
Class. Woo. Two more. Whatever this is.
Why not?
It's a Valpo Ripasso.
This is gay, bro.
That's a take me to bed.
It means you're having
And
doing
don't
gay shit that you
touch
can't
me till
do.
Sunday. In fact, touch me lots until Sunday. There we go. That's a class. Chateauneuf du Pape, Pope's wine. That's a pass. Cabernet Sauvignon from Chile.
Not leave a broken world behind.
Hello? Hello?
Constructing my barrier. Do step back.
We're losing our stake in the objective.
Much better.
Um,
I killed 2. 3.
Nice. Nice.
Ain't that 4?
Damn.
One more.
Hello?
I still have some fight.
Whatever I'm gonna retard. Alright.
Taking the objective. Round up.
I'm not finished.
To today's episode, which is Slap Sainsbury's. We're going to go through a range of Sainsbury's
Is it-
Taste the Difference wines. Taste the Difference means it should be really, really good. And the beauty is we should be getting about 10 quid's worth more taste in there. So
They're all
bargain
coming.
wines, I might not put them on the table with the label on, but I would want to shove them into a decanter and serve you, and you would think they're really lush. And I'm going to be splitting them into class, pass, or arse. For them to get class, they've got to be
Oops.
tasty
Oops,
and
oops,
really
oops, oops,
interesting.
oops.
Pass is
Sleeping
sort of
nicely.
okay, and arse is it's not worth the units. So wines with real character, real guts, but they don't cost the earth, because I like to...
What things?
Oh no, that's Asda. Pocket the difference. Right, let's not waste any time and get these bad boys open. Fuck. Right. Fred, have we got a little cloth? She'll never know. Spittoon. Because I like to... Oh no, that's Asda. Pocket the difference. Right, let's not
He
waste
just
any
used
time
Alt in front of
and
the
get these
fucking
bad
tank.
boys open.
That's something I would do, bro. That's cool.
Right. Fred, have we got a little cloth? She'll never know. Spittoon,
Oh,
otherwise I'll
man.
be sozzled. Right. Cremant de Limoux. You hear that? It's really nice bubbles. That's a pass. This shelf is for class. Okay, so we've had that one. That is a pass. There we go. Next, we're going to go with the Elecom English Sparkling Wine. That gets a class. Love it. Nothing like a bit of pink bubbles. Prosecco.
I keep you up. Enemies left here. The Iron Forest watches over you. You're powered up. Get in there.
Oh, not even. Is for class. Okay, so we've had that one. That is a pass. There we go. Next, we're going to go with the Elecom English Sparkling Wine. That gets a class. Love it. There we go. Is for class. We're going to go
Hi.
with the Elecom
Oh, no.
English Sparkling.
Know how you zip around getting dizzy.
You gotta say hi as well. I can't so much. You just said like a little
Don't
squeak.
me, please.
Are you retarded?
Hi.
Are you a little scaredy cat? Can you guys hear me? Why do you not want nano,
Yes.
Tracer?
Because I'm getting nervous and
Oh, you got hand on
Is
the
this guy-
pressure.
This guy gay. He's getting nervous. It's just we're playing gold, bro. It's not that deep. Get back. Come on. No, I'm not.
You are Tracer, most broken character you have to carry.
yep, I'm trying.
Hanzo is one. Hanzo dead.
Alright, let's get on the point. Let's not get on the point. I'm getting raped. Come on, he's so low. Oh, that wasn't in range.
Good Hanzo, please, guys. He's popping. Okay.
You'll have to try harder than that.
No, look at the help pack. That was mine, you cunt.
I'm here. Keep fighting. Behind you.
Where's that Tracer? Oh, here.
You're powered up. Get in there.
Into the iris.
Who's hurting?
You're welcome. I appreciate it.
Easy peasy lemon squeeze. Dun 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 dun. Whoa. 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 Yo, that's kind of crazy, man. Like.
Epic.
This is how we do. Make a move.
Someone needs to show how it's done.
Let's try. Oh, these real time transports.
Major finance scandal.
I already started.
Wine. That gets a class. Love it. Nothing like a bit of pink bubbles. Prosecco. Oh, I'm not even putting that in my mouth. Arse. Right, I'm going to put the arses over here, Fred. Now we're going to do the whites. So we're starting with a Gavi. That gets arse. Now we'll do a Savvy B. Arse. Another Savvy B. I do like Savvy B. I like Savvy B from New Zealand as well. Class. So I really need it to taste of where it's from. Class.
Yo, playing with a cuzzy. Ash him.
Like Savvy B.
What the fuck?
I like Savvy B from New Zealand as well. Class. So I really need it to taste of where it's from. It needs to have carrot as well. Class. So I really need it to taste of where it's from. It needs to have character. Touraine Sauvignon Blanc. Pass. Pardon me. Verdicchio.
I think I'll do one or
Vino
two
Nobile
more.
di Montepulciano. It's from Toscana. Pass. Nearly there's Montepulciano d'Abruzzo. So Montepulciano is the grape, whereas in that one, Montepulciano is the area. Who the fuck would play this wine game? Pass. Cabernet Sauvignon from Chile. Fuck, that's delicious. Class. Barbera d'Asti. Montepulciano is the grape, whereas in that one, Montepulciano is the area. Who the fuck would play this wine game? Pass. Cabernet Sauvignon from Chile. Fuck, that's delicious. Class. Barbera d'Asti. Fuck, that's delicious. Class. Fuck, that's delicious. Class.
Nice.
Pass into the iris.
Oh god.
Taking the objective. Support the way. This is not the end.
They're taking the point.
Balls.
Clear them out.
We're outnumbered. Be careful. Help me.
I'm at the height of my performance.
You're powered up. Get in there. Best round lost.
Clearing the area.
Score 0-1.
You're getting called out again.
Everything's going according to plan.
Let's tend to this quickly, shall we? Wasted time is not among the luxuries I can afford.
Barbera Dusty. Babs, show me your magic. That is joy in a glass. Class. In a glass. Class. Joy in a glass. Class.
My ultimate is charging.
The objective's in my hands.
Enemy here.
I have it. Keep fighting.
We're losing our stake in the objective.
I knew that. I'm here. Keep fighting.
Man. Fuck all these bitches.
One of these days I'll end up in Fiji.
Man, why is this person blaming everyone but themselves, man?
Because they're gold.
I'll keep you up. You made the right decision.
He needs to go ball, I think, to touch us.
What button do I press?
H. Oh, press right click to swing.
Sorry, I don't know how to do this. I just bounced right up. Should probably learn that.
Yeah, do it in practice range.
She bounced opposite direction. What the fuck did I latch on to do that? I had to have been looking. You have to look that. I don't know how I did that. To be honest. Oh, okay. I must have latched and just kept going and just pulled back. Oh, this is sick.
Barbera Dusty. Babs, show me your... Fuck, that's delicious. Class. Barbera Dusty. Babs, show me your magic. That is joy in a glass. Class. Woo. 2 more. Whatever this is. It's a Valpol Ripasso. That's a take me to bed and don't touch me till Sunday. In fact, touch me lots until Sunday. There we go. That's a Classo. Woo. 2 more. Show me your magic. That is joy in a glass. Class. Woo. 2 more. Whatever this is. It's a Valpol Ripasso. That's a take me to bed and don't touch me till Sunday. In fact, touch me lots until Sunday. There we go. That's a class. Till Sunday.
My lead, dears. The punishment for defiance is quite severe.
Stay sharp. It's harder to keep you alive when you're distracted.
There we go. That's a class. Chateauneuf du Pape, Pope's wine. That's a pass. So,
We're losing
we have, our tally, Fred, is we have 4 arses. We have 5 classes, 1 fizz, 1 white, 3 reds. And look at all these passes, which are jolly good. I drink them, but they're not going to set my pants on fire. Right, this is pink Prosecco, Gavin without the N. Then we've got a Chilean Sauvignon Blanc and a Pinot Noir from Germany. We'll do this quickly and then we'll get onto the really fun ones, the fine ones. Pink Prosecco has been given an arse. It smells of bubblegum, has a little hint of arse. Fizzes a bit, can you hear that? Yeah. Fizzes a little bit. And then I didn't put this in my mouth, but I'm just about to. It tastes like a bar of soap, which I have eaten, by the way. And I'm glad it's out.
Hold on, reloading.
Really fun ones, the fine ones. Pink Prosecco has been given an arse. It smells of bubblegum, has a little hint of arse. Fizzes a bit, can you hear that? Fizzes a little bit. And then I didn't put this in my mouth, but I'm just about to. It tastes like a bar of soap, which I have eaten, by the way. And I'm glad it's out of my mouth. Then we go into Gavi. Gavi's a region in northern Italy that should produce wine that's really fresh, zippy. Think of crisp green apple in a glass. Not nappy in a glass. It's a nothing wine, which is not worth the unit. Then we're going to have a go on this, which is a Sauvignon Blanc made from Chile. And it should be screaming sort of green fruit and lots of freshness. That screams just at me. Now, then we've got Pinot Noir from Rheinhessen, one of my favourite grapes from one of my favourite countries. And what I want is strawberries, cherries, all sorts of summer fruit. And I think that's just, again, a nothing wine. But fear not. To get wines on this shelf, they've got to be absolutely knockout. So let's get rid of those. I'm not going to throw them on the floor. And then I'm going to line these up. English sparkling wine. So Sauvignon Blanc from Marlborough. Cab Sav, Chile, Babs, Piemonte in Italy, and a wild. Fear not. To get wines on this shelf, they've got to be absolutely knockout. So let's get rid of those. I'm not going to throw them on the floor. And then I'm going to line these up. English sparkling wine. So Sauvignon Blanc from Marlborough. Cab Sav, Chile, Babs, Piemonte in Italy, and a Walpole Ripasso from Italy. I'm excited. So, England, for probably about 15 years, has been making brilliant sparkling wine. So what we have is a climate that keeps acidity, so it keeps wines really fresh. And when they're made well, they've got nice green fruit, a little bit of green apple, and sort of biscuity notes. Sounds a bit mad, but it's like walking into a bakery and being smashed over the head by a green apple, which has never happened to me, but I quite like it too. And there you've got really almost sort of bruised green apple, really lovely, quite rich aromas. So it's interesting. And it is an absolutely delicious wine. I could get in an awful mess with that. Absolute banger. Love it. Next we've got a River Block Sauvignon Blanc from New Zealand. There is so much piss produced in New Zealand that goes under the banner of Sauvignon Blanc. There's very little of it that is really, really good to drink. And I want a wine that absolutely screams passion fruit, mango, lots of tropical fruit and lots of character. That, I can almost smell it from here. It's just jumping out of the glass with tutti frutti, umbungo, all sorts of tropical flavours, aromas, all sorts of tropical aromas. Give me the afternoon off, a nice sort of little picnic that I'm going to take into the park, and I would smash 2 bottles of that on my own, no problem at all. It's tangy, it's juicy, it's got so much fruit to it. Sainsbury's, number 2, banger. And then we're going to do a Chilean cab. We're back to Chile, but this time with a class. So Cabernet Sauvignon should be broad-shouldered, muscly, big old bastard that wants to give you a little bit of a punch and then a hug. So we like black currants, we like nice rich fruit, and from Chile, what you should get is ripeness. So it's quite warm there. It's 14% alcohol, so it's going to give you a bit of a wallop on the head, but it's basically like my mate Dean the painter has jumped straight inside my mouth with his paintbrush, pot of blackcurrant paint, and slapped it all over my mouth. It's soft, it's juicy, it's a very, very, very good wine. Next we're into Italy, and this, so whenever you're thinking, oh, I'm going to buy a Barolo because it sounds really posh and costs 20 quid, don't. Buy a Barbera. Buy a Barbera d'Asti. So we're in the same area, northern Italy in Piemonte. It is crunchy, crisp, black fruit. What it does in northern Italy, it keeps a lot of freshness and acidity. So it's a wine with loads of energy, loads of fruit. It's absolutely yummy. Now we're going to do Valpol. This is a really great place to buy fabulous wine. So Valpolicella is in just further south on the east in Amarone land. So what we're looking for something here is softer than the Barbera, richer than the Barbera, and generally a bit more sort of, oh fuck, that was a good wine. It's sort of got dried fruit to it. So this is a little bit more dried raisins, dates, cinnamon, a bit herby. That is absolutely frigging delicious. So what I want to say, Fred, these will suit lots and lots of people. They're really totally good wines, and there's a couple there that very nearly jumped to my shelf here. These guys here, absolute bangers. So well done Sainsbury's wine buyers, love it. And by the way, these are wines that I like. If you don't like them, unsubscribe because we're not meant for each other. But if you do, subscribe more, drink more wine with me, because it's lush.
Excuse me, sweetheart. Can you come over here? I just want to have a word with you, just for a second. I'm gonna blow this plane up if you don't give me an upgrade. My dry roasted peanuts were a little bit wet. You are finished. You have lost your job. Do you understand that? All right, that's the fun's over. No. We're going to be watching Airport Karens, believe it or not. Something about the airport brings out that stress. Karen's already got a high-level cortisol anyway. You combine the two, what do you get? Explosion, combustion engine. An unruly passenger refuses to sit down, so a big, strong gentleman picks him up and physically puts him back in his seat. Big, strong gentleman. Right, this is going to be a video of me, is it? So embarrassing, I bet it is. It just looks like trouble. Just straight up looks like trouble. Bring in Badge. Make Badge. Yeah, Badge, sit him down. The way he's like, yep, you're trying to get past, I assume. You're just going straight on past me, aren't you, my lord? You're not going to mess with the goblin, are you? Like he's letting him by. He's about to pick you up. People like me and him eat you up for dinner. Not in a weird way. What are you gonna do? Honestly, what can you do in that situation? You've been picked up like this. He's just let it happen. He's like, you can tell there's something turning in his brain. Like, do I fight back? Nah, I'll just die. I'll simply die. What did we call Karens in the male form? I forget, because that's what that is. We kicked it off strong. Is it Carl? I think it's Carl.
Imagine being stuck on a 12-hour flight like this.
Apparently it's just you and that one child in that plane. How is that possible? Whose kid is that as well? I hate that. When there's some kid just being like a little flea bag and the parents are doing nothing about it. Some kid rode a BMX into my shin the other day and I was literally squaring up. I was getting ready. Poor kid couldn't even string a sentence together because he hasn't learned how to, he's not got teeth yet or anything. But I almost laid his ass out and then the mum gets involved. And I'm like, seriously? You almost lost him. That's so annoying. How does a kid learn to be like that? Come get your kid. Please come get your kid. That's so, honestly, so annoying. I think the Karen in that scenario, I don't even think there's a Karen in that scenario. I don't know if the kid's supposed to be the Karen or maybe the parent is the Karen, because...
No, your voice. Oh, this fucking retard. I have no DPSs.
Have an all game.
Sure.
Time's almost up. Why is no one in a rush?
So we gotta go. Well, I don't know how. It's dead, but it didn't make any fucking difference. The poor Anna. What did you say to him?
Nothing, I just have more kills than him. So he's salty.
Anna pooping. They're both mad at you.
No, he said popping. That
Oh,
means something
popping.
weird.
We're pooping, bro. I was like, calling you stinky gamer. But that's me done for now.
Alright.
You know what's sick? I started off the same as I came on, round wise. But maybe the skill got better. Alright.
Okay.
Play another time then.